Good morning, my friends. Happy 4th of July. That's always a good day. I am heading out. This farm chores done. Are you okay, buddy? One of my cats just erped all over the place right after eating breakfast this morning. I'm not sure what that's about. So we're going to be keeping an eye on him. I'm going to make sure he's okay. These two mongrels. Oh, y'all, in all honesty, my last week and a half has been very challenging. Hey, Sam, leave the chicken alone. It's been very challenging. And it's one of those things where it's like, in these times that are very, very difficult, like I find myself very grateful for the farm because it means routine. It means I can't, not that I would, but like it means I can't stay in bed and wallow. I'm not a wallower typically, y'all. Like, typically get up and do stuff in trial type person, but I guess there is always the potential to wallow, and it's really helpful that, again, it's just something that I physically can't do. Because I've got responsibilities, you know. It is actually, surprisingly, very cool out. It's probably high 60s, low 70s. And it feels amazing because it has not been this cool in a long time. I love our egg birds, y'all. I still have to be in the habit of throwing mealworms in one section of the run so that then I can get in here and get their food put in, because the rooster likes to challenge my authority, and he's not very nice to me. And he's going in the stew pot eventually, but I'm waiting for the round of olive eggers and black copper morans. I'm pretty confident at least one of them, if not maybe way more, is a boy. And until they're old enough to become the new roux. But I will not have nasty attacking animals on my farm. Everything we grow and raise, with the exception of the dogs and cats, but like could be potential meat. So if they don't work out, like that's just where they go. Oh, you came back. And I know, like, different people have different perspectives on this, but for me, I think because of my daughter and my niece and nephew and the plethora of other children that we have visit from time to time, I don't want there to be a potential of something bad happening or them getting hurt because one of our farm animals is not nice. And the way you keep your farm animals nice is to handle them a lot and be very sweet and kind with them, very like loving and affectionate. And most of the time that helps. And I remember like this rooster, even in the beginning, like my partner's daughter would come and she would like take him places, carry him on her shoulder or whatever. And he was like very sweet as a poult. And then he got bigger. We put him in with the other hens that we had. He was in with the other hens over here, the Sussexes. And, you know, like he just got older. He stopped getting played with a lot. And then he just became not nice. So, I'm not putting up with that. And yeah, that's my take on it, right or wrong. But it's my farm, so I get to do what I want. Okay. We have run out of Kickstarter, and it's the 4th of July, so obviously everything is closed today. And I had this thing on my agenda yesterday. I was like, I need to go get some stuff. Tractor Supply, I don't know if they're open today, but they will likely have what I need so I can pick it up either today or tomorrow. But I'm probably going to try to go today and grab it. But the meat birds, the pioneers that we got from Murray Hatchery, and the turkeys, which I'm also out of turkey feed, but this is a higher protein even than the turkey feed. Now there's some specific minerals and vitamins and stuff in that food I think that they need, but for now, for a day, they'll be okay with this. And I was trying to think the other day how old the pioneers are so that I can calculate likely when they would come to butcher, because I think they are 12 weeks. So that's a tad longer than you'd keep a Cornish for. Cornish are like, we grow them out to like 6 to 8 weeks, anywhere in there, depending on like schedule and just when's convenient for us. But the pioneers, I think, are because one of the crosses that they have in them is Cornish, but then they are also a red and some other things. So we'll have to see. So every morning, oh, and pig feed. That's the other thing I need to get because these guys are here another week. These guys, girls, are here another week before they go to the butcher. The good news is we found a USDA butcher. So we will have the meat available. I think we're going to the market on the 19th or so. But if y'all are in Central VA and you're interested in Berkshire Duroc pork, which is very good, then you could potentially give us a holler. So these are the pioneers. And then we keep the 2 turkeys in here with them also. So the other thing I really need to do today, and I typically save it for last, is to move this, and I'll be kind of trying to move it more this way. But like there, the ground in there, obviously, as you can see, gets very poopy, and so that is the attraction with a chicken tractor, is that it ideally moves every day, twice a day, whatever you like. And that's not even as many chickens in a tractor as we have had in the past. This is the other one, and it is redonkulously heavy. I don't even know how do we begin to move this, but what I would do is likely when the turkeys are a bit bigger, they'll go in here. This little paddock right here will be kind of their home. And yeah, that's just where they'll live. All right, so last thing to do is to feed the babies. And again, something that I've noticed about these guys, these are the olive eggers, the black copper Mayans. But something that I've noticed about them is they do not eat as much, you know, as like, I don't know, just other birds that we have. Oh, get down, buddy. What are you doing? They're trying to fly out of there, man. They're ready to go. But there was a very specific process also for melding 2 different groups of chickens together. And one of the ways, and probably what I will do, is putting them like up next to each other but separated. So like I would probably use that large mobile chicken tractor, sidle it up next to the run over there by the egg birds. Once they're old enough, let them get used to each other that way for a couple weeks, and then put them together, because obviously it can mess up like the pecking order and stuff like that if you just, and especially if they're younger, like they can end up getting hurt by the older chickens if they just like, if you just throw them in together immediately. So you do want to be careful about that. All right, these guys have enough food to last them, and water, so they don't need water. Nobody needs water this morning. I need to check the pigs' water. And I have to go through that last bag of food in the pigs thing because they're almost out. And they're waiting for treats over there. They have this trail mix that they really like. Okay, their water is good. All right, their water is good. It's almost completely full. Come on, Odin. Come on, Sam. Oh, let's not forget my coffee cup. I keep coming down here because I put my coffee cups on the rail fence there, the wooden fence. And then I was coming down like the next day and realizing I had left my coffee cup down here. Come on, Odin. Come on, Sam. Oh, it's such a beautiful morning, y'all. I'm so grateful for this coolness, because it has been pretty rough with how hot it's been. But that is summer in Central Virginia. It's pretty normal. I'm gonna get some seeds started this morning. I have a class around like at 9 today, which means I have to leave around 8. But I'm gonna keep getting my stuff done till then. I mean, the silver lining really is that I'm off work today, which is super nice. I'm gonna put y'all right there. Get these seeds done. I don't know if I have ever talked about brands of soil, but this is Coast of Maine, and I do have like a screen on a board that I sift into like a big plastic container. And I will say, Coast of Maine soil needs this done less than like Fox Farm, but I will only use natural and organic potting soil. when I have to use it, right? Like for starting seeds and stuff like that. So, Coast of Maine is great. Fox Farm is great. Happy Frog. I mean, honestly, I could recommend any of the Coast of Maine stuff because they are just so phenomenal. And very high quality. I've always had good luck with my seeds in there. And again, they don't, when you're starting seeds, you want a very loose potting mix because those seeds, like, you don't want them to have to fight anything extra to push up. And if you are getting potting mix that has a lot of things like this, that are branches and sticks, that may even hinder some of the soil is very wet, but it may hinder some of the seed's ability to come up through it, right? So, yeah, I generally recommend folks to stay away from Miracle-Gro, like even the organic Miracle-Gro. I just, as a brand, like, I don't like them. And again, just my personal opinion. But I do know that there are a lot of chemicals and things like that that they produce. And I just don't want to support them. But that's my choice. And I also know they are far cheaper. I mean, a fraction of the cost of something like a Coast of Maine, Fox Farm, Happy Frog soil. So, and you know what? Like, if that's what you can afford, that's what you can afford. And if you're comfortable with that, then go for it, right? Okay, so this is so much less in terms of like sticks and things than what I typically have using Fox Farm or Happy Frog once I've done this. So Coast of Maine, I mean, you can't go wrong with them. But I will say, like, the bags are not cheap. They're over $20. And so it just depends on how much do you want to spend. And I know, like, there's no bad crap in their soil. And so, like, as a brand, I really like them. And I don't think you can go wrong, like I said, with any of the kinds of soil that Coast of Maine has. Those sticks, I usually will go ahead and just put in like one of my planters or in a bed, and they will be mulch, you know, but again, you're putting already established plants in that stuff, so that's awesome. A little bit more. I'm just going to start one seed tray today. So we're July 4th, and I think about, you know, what I'm thinking about starting seeds today is, yes, like I want more beans, which the beans are fairly quick. Like they'll be like 50 to 60 days and I'll probably be harvesting beans. Then like squash and zucchini, they take a little bit longer. And cucumbers that can take, I'll have to look at the variety that I've got, but I think they're anywhere from like 80 days maybe. So by then you have to think like it's gonna really start cooling off, and really I just want, like, I would love to just have like a little bit to pickle, right? Maybe a few for fresh eating in the beginning. But really I'd love to put some pickles up for the winter time. We do love pickles. We like doing like a pickle tray for appetizers in the holidays, so. Okay, I've gone ahead and strained my soil, it looks pretty fluffy, which is awesome. That's what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my tray, and this one has some cracks and things in it. This is probably the last season for these, but I have to say they have lasted me. Hi, Tigger, you okay, buddy? They have lasted me since 2021, so 4 years. It's pretty good, I think, for a plastic seed tray. And I believe I got these at Bootstrap Farmer, and again, they were not cheap, but most of the time these seed tray type things will only last a very short while. Not 4 years, maybe 2 seasons, right? So the fact that I've gotten 4 years out of most of these, I feel like I got my money's worth. Okay. All right, I feel that is sufficiently filled. I'm gonna go inside, I'm gonna go wash my hands, I'm gonna go grab my seeds, and then we will get to sowing. Okay, what I've got here are Boston pickling cucumbers. I just opened this packet, but it's got like that plastic line, and I've had it since 2021. I am hoping that these are still viable, very viable seeds. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna do 2 rows of these. So I was just reading. It says that they are very prolific. They are 55 to 63 days from seed to harvest. Because I have had these seeds for a while, I'm going to put 2 seeds in every hole. I guess I'm going to put 3 seeds in some. That was an accident. And I need to get my labels. Oh, then get out of there. So from now, 55 to 63 days puts me at like tail end of August, early September. We are still here in Central Virginia, like we are still warm through typically October, actually. So that gives me a good like solid 2 months, hopefully, of cucumbers, as long as everything goes well. Okay, put that in there. All right, now the next thing that I wanted to do was zucchini. And let's see. I, believe it or not, I am making a dent in my seeds, y'all. One of the things, like one of the reasons why I didn't get cucumbers that germinated super well is because I used a seed packet. It was a straight 8 cucumber from like, it was like a survival seed packet that we had, and they were pretty old. So, oh gosh, and I think we might have used up. Let's see. Why does this box smell like something's rotten in here? All right, let's see. Those are mini pumpkins. That's delicata squash. These are honey nut squash, which I think honey nut and delicata might be the same thing. Okay, these are the Ford Hook zucchini. This is what I wanted. So oh gosh, plant depth for zucchini is 1 to 2 inches. Ooh. Whoa, stood up too fast, got dizzy. Days to maturity is 60 to 90 days. So we may not be harvesting squash from these guys at all, but I actually think once they germinate and get a little bit bigger, I can find some space in the high tunnel for them, and then hopefully we will have plenty of time for them. So try to tilt this down so y'all can see what I'm doing here. And zucchini like to be planted deep. And again, I'm going to do 2 rows. It's my rule, y'all. Always plant for insurance. And these are seeds that I got this year, so I'm pretty confident that they have a really good germination rate, so I'm just putting 1 seed in each hole. Hi, buddy. You okay? My kitty friend here wasn't feeling good this morning. What's up, buddy? Hi. You okay? Ooh. You okay, sweet boy? I can hear the dogs going at each other inside. Oh, they're nuts. Okay. Next thing I wanted to get started with some more beans. I am going to have to find bean seeds because I don't know where they are. Come here, you want to come down? Odin, go inside. Odin, off. This is Tigger, y'all. Odin. Odin keeps popping his head around the corner. He likes chasing the kitties, y'all. It's like Tom and Jerry. I think Tom and Jerry was a cat and a mouse, but okay. Find my bean seeds. All right, I'm going to work on using up this packet of Kalima beans. Again, bought in 2021. Oh gosh, and it even looks like maybe 1 or 2 of them is moldy in there. So we'll see. I don't know how that's going to go. They like to be 1/2 to 1 inch deep. And again, just because they're a little bit old, I'm going to put 2 in each hole. Now, when they germinate, if it ends up germinating more than 1 bean, per hole. Like you can always pluck out both plants and upplant them. Okay, got a couple more left. I'm just going to try to wiggle these down because, again, I don't want any seeds like right near the surface. It's not where they want to be anyway. Okay, there we go. Okay, so as far as vegetables go, for now, that's what I need. Now, very soon, it's July 4th, so in 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to be starting my brassicas, my long season brassicas, things like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. This time of year, it is a very delicate balance with that kind of stuff, and I'll talk about that. Like, I'll shoot a video and talk about that when I plant them. But the other thing I need to plant, again, is sunflowers. I have not, I think I've shared this with you guys. I had this, oh no, and I'm dumping vermiculite everywhere in my seed box, which is not the worst thing, but I had this goal this year of planting zinnias and sunflowers every week, and that did not happen. It got very hot very fast. I need to grab my labels actually in a second. I have some there, and they're very dirty, so those probably will not work. But it, like, time kind of got away from me, as it typically does. And so planting them every week did not happen. However, I will say, this is a perfect time of year if you grow flowers to plant things and fall grow things like cosmos, sunflowers, zinnias. They don't like frosty cold, and they will not do okay in that. But when it cools off, like the cosmos especially, I noticed last fall I grew cosmos. They were a little more pleasant to try and grow. And I'm going to finish planting my snapdragons. I have some orange wonder snaps. And I'm going to try to get these planted. And these are just like a sprinkle on the surface of the soil type thing. When I start my brassicas in 2 to 3 weeks, I will do probably another round of flowers and stuff like that. Let me see if I can wipe this off. Alright, well, we're just going to use a wooden popsicle stick. have the Benary's Giant Lilac Zinnia. These are the Zohair Organic. They're a smaller, oh, let's see. The Zohair Organic, it's a smaller sunflower. These are the Goldie Double Organic. So I don't think I want to do that. Actually, what I might start is the, let's see if I've got like the chocolate cherry sunflower seeds. And again, I'm starting like, these are the chocolate cherry sunflowers. So starting them in this time of year, you're reckoning like you're starting them for fall time essentially, right? And so you want to think about like what colors of bouquets do you want to put together for fall? Again, lots of reds, oranges, yellows is great. So I don't know exactly like how deep you're supposed to plant sunflowers, but I do know they need darkness in order to germinate. So you want to plant them deep enough that there's like no chance that they're going to end up getting light on them as they're trying to germinate. So probably like a good, we'll just do 2 rows. Alright, so that's that. And I'm trying to think of like, for zinnias. What colors I want to do, and I feel like the thing that makes the most sense, now I have this Cut and Come Again, these are from Harris Seeds. They do bulk flower seeds, in case y'all were looking for a source for that. These are marigolds, that could work technically. I'm thinking like a mixed color palette of the, oh, I do have these orange Hawaii marigolds. Those also maybe could work. Oh, I do have chocolate cherry sunflowers from last year. Whoops, I should have used those. Sunspot. Those are snapdragons, and I have a ton of orange Wonder Snapdragons. Okay, I think we're just going to do the orange Hawaii marigold. They get very big, and they get very, like, they're humongous, they're beautiful, they're bright. Now again, the risk is I've had the seed packet for a very long time, since 2021. So, planting depth is 1/4 inch. They are not frost hardy. I have a lot of them in there though. We're just going to do 1 row, and I'm going to do several seeds in each thing, just to be on the safe side. a lot of flowers need light to germinate. So like if y'all get a thing and it says like 1/4 of an eighth or 1/8 of an inch deep or surface sow, basically what that means is you want to make sure your soil is already moist, prepped, and filled, and you would just sprinkle the seeds on top and press them in. Even the ones that say 1/8 of an inch deep, oftentimes like those are ones that they do need light to germinate, and so you can press them in. You could sprinkle, do a very light sprinkling of like vermiculite, which for the snapdragons, that's what I'll do because they're so minuscule. I mean, they're smaller than like a poppy seed, right? So they would like blow away. Okay, so I'm just gonna press everything in. I'm gonna cover it. I know I'm not labeling, and this typically goes against my advice, but y'all, like I know like when the seeds germinate, what the first leaves look like. They're called the cotyledons, and so I know what those look like. I know what they are. I'm not really worried about it. You don't want to press the soil like too compacted around it. You just want to, you know, kind of cover it up. Make sure they have good like soil contact, really. And the big thing now becomes keeping this tray well watered and in the sunshine until they germinate. All right, so some of these are like pretty low, so I'm just going to sprinkle a little more soil on top. Just to fill up the soil level in the cell a bit. All right, so the snapdragons I didn't cover yet. I'm just going to take my finger and like press this down. The soil is very moist. I will probably pick up a few seeds on my finger, but it's okay. That soil level is much lower than I would like, but then the last thing I'm going to do I'm doing it this way because I accidentally have a ton of vermiculite in my seed box. I don't have it like well closed and sealed, and I didn't mean to have all this vermiculite in here, but I don't want to waste it. It is not cheap, y'all. Essentially what I'm going to do is just take it, sprinkle it lightly, especially over the snaps. It will just help them stay, like the seeds kind of stay, helps retain moisture, adds minerals. It's good stuff. No, it does not contain asbestos anymore. It used to, maybe, I think back in the day, but not anymore. Okay. There we go. I'm going to put this in the sunniest spot in the yard, which is over here. Oh, next to our okra. that I started that I probably need to plant out. And we've got some sunflowers and zinnias that I need to go take and plant out. I'm pretty sure that's just a weed. But I kind of use these actually as weed suppression because, as you can see, they kind of kill everything under the seed tray. So these are the okra. I need to take those and plant them out. And that's the other thing that I'm really hoping to be able to have before it gets too cold is some okra to freeze. We love it sauteed, but all right, guys, I'm going to get cleaned up and I need to go get ready for my class. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot of just little rambling and putzing around, and I have the day off and no kiddo, so I'll probably be doing a lot of that today. Take care, guys. We'll see you on the next one.